And greetings all. Hail from far lands as we laugh about silly things happening on other shows. We're back for part 2 of this here Agon playtest. Fraser, welcome. Saw you hopped on right as we were leaving. Nice to have you. And we just did the first 2 parts of a interlude where Hagne called for a competition of archery, of hunting, sorry, and then Marika led everybody in a prayer to a sacrifice to Hera, who blessed you, and Marika now has a god. Oh, who won that? Did Marika win that?
Hagne won it.
Did. So yep. Hagne actually is the one that has the god oath. It's relevant that it's
get the oath.
Yeah, the winner gets the oath.
Oh, all right then.
So you get a divine
changes
favor back.
Everything.
Yes, it does.
I mean, the good news, Marika, is that Hera didn't really notice you, I guess. So, still like out of her killing range.
I mean, the plan is to always keep her just happy enough that she is okay with the fact that I'm Zeus's daughter.
Yeah,
and I feel like if I don't constantly like sacrifice to her, she'll be like, oh wait, no, I hate them all, because like she does.
Yeah,
like you read about it, she's just out to murder
but
all of Zeus's kids.
But you're a man killer.
This is true.
And that's got to be worth some points, right?
It's almost as if I've taken extreme pains to live in a way that would make Hera approve.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. So
the god oath is a god die.
Yeah, you get a D12 on any roll you want.
Got it.
It does, like you all said you were going to use it for this marriage thing. You can use it anytime you want. You're like, Hera, bless this wrestling match, and she will do it. Like she's giving you her boon, right?
It's true. You get to decide.
I think in my vision, if these amphora are present, they will all light up in this image that everyone will see when you use it. But if they're not present, she'll make herself known in some other way. It doesn't matter. She'll help you. I love wrestling. I know exactly. Cool. So, Adjustus, you can call a challenge.
I would like a challenge of oration. Mm-hmm. Now that we are partying with the forces here, and we've sacrificed and we've hunted for the feast, and now everyone's like sitting down to torchlit dining here. I think Adrastos is essentially challenging Hagne and Marika, but in a jovial way, like let's toss the ball back and forth and sing the exploits of our hosts, basically, because they're legendary heroes. Like we all know they're legends.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's kind of like a little nod to them giving us fire and being hospitable to us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But being Greek heroes and being always competitive, I think the real goal here is to do our duty as guests and pile glory on their names, but do it in a way that makes us look really good. Mm-hmm. So we're fulfilling our duty as guests, but we're doing it to kind of build ourselves up and look cool in front of everybody by the way that we're able to sing, or to, I guess it'd be more music. This is more like poetry and boasting and that kind of stuff. So that's my goal.
Yeah. Although I'm only rolling, because in a refreshment, I'm only rolling 2d6. As established, they know who you are too. So they will be doing the same. They will be talking of your deeds in the wars, in your journeys, and all these great things that you've done. So, mechanically, they don't get their name in this, but they are definitely competing with you in that sense.
Cool.
So yeah, whoever tells the best story.
All right, no extra dice. Bonus 2. I got an 8.
Nice.
I am orating.
Yeah, I'll try.
No bonus stuff.
Got my name.
I got 5. And I can clear one more ability.
Let's see who wins.
Oh, that's true.
But yes, you will be able to clear an ability.
We'll be able to.
Oops, I rolled 2d6, not K1. I got a 3.
Ooh, tied with Marika.
Got an 8.
We both can explode too. Oh boy.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yeah. You want to spend a divine favor to explode that 6?
No.
I kind of want to win this one. I'm going to spend.
All right.
I mean, you can wait and see what he gets, and if he rolls like a 1,
That's true.
Yeah, actually,
That's true.
Sure. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I'll let you go. I'll let you try first.
All right. All right. I have an 11 now.
Yeah, those are good odds.
Those are pretty good odds.
I'm gonna roll a d8. No, I'm rolling a d6.
Whatever got the 8. So for you,
that would be my name die.
Yeah, so you'll roll a d8.
Oh, damn you! Your odds are even better than I thought.
It could have been that
it was your name. Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been that Justice had +2. No, John, you had an 8 because you got a 6 and you have +2 in it, right?
Right.
That's what.
I rolled a 6 on my d6.
Yep.
Oof.
And
crushed.
So you spend a divine favor, but
nice. I love the idea that you started off and I come in and just like finish your sentence.
Marika is like, Thessa is so Thessala is so grand that even I know who she is, and I am fantastic.
As you know, I'm Marika,
and
man killer, daughter of Zeus.
And her island has just gone out and conquered a lot of others, and as colonial assholes that the Greeks are.
Yep.
That
gotta say, props to you.
That is prized, right? Within the culture, that is praised.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, every competitor may remove an impairment from any ability. So all of you remove an impairment.
All right. I'm restoring my spirit.
Yes, and
am I getting a glory for this?
And you are also getting a glory. Mark is also getting a glory. So at this point, essentially, because neither competitor that called the contest won, everybody should have been restoring 2 abilities to their full till their max.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
Everybody should be since you call the contest and Adrastus call the contest. Each of you and you all compete.
Right. Yeah, we've done it twice now. Right.
Everyone gets a total of 2 abilities. Just recapping the interlude.
Okay. Got it. I'm with you.
Okay. All right. So all of these things happen, but they all take place in the context of a feast with all of these Greeks and Persians that are present. And though the amphoras are not supposed to be touched, and there's in fact not a guard that is watching over them, like people keep stealing them away. And like the prize is being picked away at.
Although, I mean, if there's like 1,000 of them, then
there's like 1,000 of them.
Who's gonna
there's more than 1,000 of them?
Okay.
So yeah, they get picked away, and yes, they're full of wine, and they in the shadows outside of the camp light, they're poured into goblets and whatnot, and the wine is shared, at the feast is shared, and though you may count yourselves enemies in the morning. For tonight, you enjoy their hospitality. Although the interlude ends and we resume the normal play of things, that doesn't have to be in the next morning. If there's a contest that you want to take that night, is there something that you wish to accomplish by moonlight? Otherwise, we will.
I would like, if I can, Sean, I would like to leverage my previous victory with Thessala. To have the opportunity to converse with her one-on-one. And what I'm trying to do is suss out how she feels about me, and also how she feels about Akeda, and like why, like, is she in this conflict out of duty? Does she hate her? Whatever. I want to like read a person.
Yeah.
I have, before we do that, I have two things. One, I think Tesla is a they.
Tesla is a they, yes. So,
thank you. Sorry.
I mean, I'm not offended. Tesla might be.
Sorry,
Tesla. Just trying to get in with us. I'm just letting you know.
I better get it
also,
right.
Could we have another interlude? Because I would like to heal.
We can have another interlude.
You can have another interlude, absolutely. The more interludes you have, the higher the strife die will go. However, in this quest, you have two interludes before the strife dies. You have your first two are so the strife die started pretty high, but you've got two freebies, as it were.
We get another one before it goes to D10.
Yeah, you'll get another one before it goes to D10.
Okay.
So yes, if you wanted, you can claim another one. Although the context of it will be another day, right? Like this is not, another night of feasting and whatnot, and that's fine. It's, but things will progress in some way. Your strife
okay.
will.
And then, so I'm at a D8 wound die right now. Is there D10 before D12, or do I just? Okay.
Yeah. You can take one more wound before you are defeated.
Okay. In that case, I will hold off unless somebody else wants to heal.
No, good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good for now too.
Okay. Then we can proceed with this romance thing, whatever's going on.
Yeah. So I would say that you can absolutely gain her attention. If you wish to get her attention without others knowing, like if you want to go and sit beside her at the firelight, sit beside them at the firelight, you can totally sit beside Tesla and you can talk with them. And it will be possibly private, depending on how animated you become in conversation. Others nearby may overhear, or you can try and catch them in a moment where they have stepped outside of camp and try and catch them. So because of your impression, you have no problem just like walking up and speaking with Tesla. They will totally entertain you. But if you wish to catch them off guard, I'm going to call for a contest of cunning to catch them without.
I'm okay at cunning actually, but I don't think Adrastos is being that. It's not like subterfuge for him. It is more like a meeting of like face to face. Like it's okay if it's in the open and people can see it happening, as long as we can sort of not be sitting talking to everyone at once. You know,
absolutely.
If we're like,
right, absolutely. So
I don't think he wants it to be a secret. He just wants to talk to her straight up.
I think you won that by virtue. I think you won that by virtue of the orator contest. And they will totally.
Then my opening statement will be to do with the four winds and how I have fond memories of my mother casting the salts into the fire and exhorting the four winds, and how they would sometimes answer her voice and come and blow with their sweet perfumes on the island where I grew up, and kind of like that's my opening entree with her, is to like, hey, I know of your legend, and
I know your stuff.
I remember as a boy that the four winds caressed my cheeks, as I'm sure they did yours, and blah blah blah. We have so much in common. Ha ha ha.
I think that this is like kind of semi-ritualized in that like this is an expectation that because you're both great heroes, you should know of each other. And so their response is that to tell you that the four winds carried word of your mother and of her exploits of Circe and what she and they have heard of your upbringing on her island, and so she returns in a. I think it's always this there's always this like tension between graciousness and an attempt to outdo you, right? Like, and in this ritualized, formalized way, I think you're both threading that so far just fine. like it hasn't risen to the point where one of you is clearly trying to dominate the other, but they essentially reply in form. And it's clear that, and you have no sense that they're like making this up. Like they have heard of you, just as you have heard of them, and just as the winds have talked to you. Like none of these are lies. These are all experiences that you've had.
I'm definitely positioning this talk as like being very forthright and not duplicitous and strategic. So when that formality goes away, I'll basically just ask her, I think, like, what's the deal? Why are you in battle with Akita? And, we've come upon this conflict, and we could take sides, or we could walk away, or we could call you both our enemies. What's going on here? And I sort of challenge her to just be straight with me. And if she wants to like not answer or be shady or lie or whatever, then that's in her court.
Yeah. Them.
Their court. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not in their nature. It's not in their nature to give an upfront answer. They are. Okay. They are known. What you know is that there's a famous contest between Akita and Thessala, a race that they had once a long time ago, and Thessala won it, and Akita swears that Thessala cheated. It's widely held that Thessala will do whatever is needed to accomplish their goals, and some find that to make them dishonest, and some find that to make them great, and so
well, in that case, I'm pretty shameless. Like, knowing that they're like that, I am. It is kind of a challenge. Like, they know that I know.
Yeah,
exactly. That they can be duplicitous, and I'm just like, hey, tell me, answer my question, and I'll believe you.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I think this is a contest of spirit.
Well, I will happily take that.
Or maybe.
No, I like spirit.
Let me.
No, whatever.
I think
whatever you think. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's insight. If they were rolling, I think they would roll. Well, yeah, they're even rolling their Ute, but if they're rolling, it would be spirit. But I think in your case, it's insight to figure out what their real deal is.
Well, hang on though. I'm being a little power gamery here because spirit is my best thing. But can I make if I make it a contest of spirit? Can I basically like be trying to guilt them? That guilt is the wrong word. Like challenge.
Yeah.
Like they know that I know that they're duplicitous, and I'm giving them the opportunity to straight up lie to me. But we're both gonna know that whatever they say, like it's like I'm giving them a chance to be honest for once. But if your reply to that is, yeah, but they're really, really shady and subtle, and you might not be able to tell.
Yeah.
Then it should still be insight, because otherwise I'm not going to really know.
So this is me.
Yeah, Fraser, I totally dab them. Yeah. That's exactly. So
this is me, like, because there's no need for us as players to like have secrets about this.
Yeah.
Like this is their reputation versus who they really are.
Right.
And who they really are is someone who's very driven to get results. And and like a lot of people that want results, they sometimes have not always followed convention. They've made hard choices to get the things they wanted. They don't particularly identify as being a dishonest person. They identify as being a willful person who wants to achieve what they want, which is what every Greek wants. the fact that their reputation is this is not necessarily their identity. So I agree. You can use spirit in this because it is not true that to their very core they are dishonest. It's true that they have done dishonest things and they have earned that reputation, but everyone has done dishonest things.
But they're not necessarily out to deceive me right now.
No.
Which would totally be insight.
Which would totally be insight, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I think you've dadded them.
Yeah.
Or well, maybe you've dadded them.
I'll try to.
See. I'm rolling D8, I'm rolling D8, D6.
Okay.
I don't have to remember how to roll.
I got an 11.
All right. Well, they have divine favor, so maybe it'll matter.
It's a good start.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Okay. Make sure I don't have everything else checked. I did have all right checked. Good. Glad that I do. All right. And do they have an advantage die right now? I don't think so. I didn't. All right. Well, I got a 6.
You can explode that.
Definitely spending my divine favor to explode that.
Yeah, might as well.
I have a 15.
Wait, what?
I rolled a.
No. How did you get a 9 on 1d6?
Because I rolled a 6 and they keep exploding.
Oh, they do keep exploding.
Oh, dang.
I forgot about that rule.
Yeah. I rolled exclamation mark.
You got a 15.
I got a 15.
All I can do is creative ability now because I don't have an exploder.
I think you just got snowed.
I think so. What could I even do? I could do orate, I guess. Yeah, let's just go all in.
Well, remember, a creative ability will replace the current roll.
Oh yeah, that's right. It doesn't add.
It's not going to add to it, so it'll add.
So what's my current highest result?
I
got a 9. Yeah, no, that's not going to help me because then the most I can still get is a 10 without exploding. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah,
I lose.
All right. Your spirit is impaired.
Yep.
And I think they turn the tables on you. When each of you is trying to, and their reputation persists, right? You challenge them to speak honestly, and they say, "I would never." They act as though they have no idea what this, why they would ever not speak honestly, and they basically they challenge you to call them a liar, and when you won't, they put you in a position to reveal your own plans instead.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Unless you just want to call them a liar and go to battle.
No,
right now,
I think I'm embarrassed that I thought they had that reputation, and they convinced me that that's not who they really are, and so I'm like, oh, how foolish of me. Now that I see your true nature, and you're being honest with me, I should be honest with you. And I guess I would say, I forget where we left it. You guys tell me.
I feel like you could say almost anything and it might be your plans.
I don't know. I don't think we have a strong plan. What does Adrastos think our plan was?
I think the one thing that hasn't changed is that they need to get married. And then it's like question mark, profit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So I would reveal our plan is to arrange their marriage because that's what Hera wants. and to end the fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think also as part of this loss, I would probably say something about this treasure of Ares that one of the victors here might claim.
Mm-hmm.
And we also seek that treasure.
Sure.
Something like that.
I like it. I think it's pretty reasonable, actually, to assume that there could be a victor in marriage, right? Like you might even be able to like twist this so that, you know, one of them can conquer the other as part of the wedding, even, you know, I mean, you may be able to appease both of them without bloodshed. I'm not sure, right? It's in a particular Greek fashion.
Yeah.
So when you reveal it, though you didn't win this contest, you tell them what you want, and they're totally happy to tell you like what it would take to give them that. You know, you reveal that you want them to be married, and Thesla says that that Akeda is worthy of marriage. Like Akeda is a fine Greek warrior, and they would totally marry them as soon as their offerings are complete. And what they want in these offerings is all 3,000 of these amphoras.
Holy crap! Okay,
painted with the 4 winds.
Holy crap!
Right now they're barren. They're barren, and they also want 1,000 of Akeda's warriors to join. Now Akeda's a general; she has more forces that aren't here.
Right, but this is a huge prize that she's describing.
Huge prize.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think. Sorry, is there more?
Yeah. No, that's it. They want all these amphora. So the amphora were brought, but they weren't decorated. They weren't adorned.
Yeah.
And the tribute of, you know, there should be a fleet of ships out there waiting to join the Psaran army, or the Psaran navy, as it were. But and clearly there's not. I mean, Akeda here maybe has 100, maybe 150 Amazons, right?
Okay.
Right. Like it's there's not even enough here to do it, but she could certainly make the offer. It's not impossible. But it's this desire for this decisive, like, I've defeated you in battle, and now you're going to pay this incredible tribute to me.
Yeah.
And you're going to pay a very personal tribute to me. Like, not only are you going to give me all this wine, you're going to decorate it in my name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
okay.
And
well,
she says these things, or they say these things like it's totally normal. Like, yeah, that's just what I expect.
And I go with it. I come back to Hagne and Marika like I've made a discovery, which I guess I have. But I tell them like that I managed to have words with General Thesla, and this is what they said. And I feel like I've, you know, discovered the truth of what's happening here. Thesla does find Akeda desirable and worthy as a mate, as a marriage partner. And I think I even downplayed a little bit, like, because Thesla's kind of gotten in my head. So I'm like, all they want is the 3,000 amphora decorated and 1,000 troops, like, and then they'll be content.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah. I think, Adrestos, you definitely also got the impression that you would also be considered an eligible suitor, right?
Oh,
like,
did I now?
Thesla definitely didn't say like, I'm totally all about marrying.
Okay, well, let me amend my statement.
Just saying. Sorry, I should have said that, but like, Akeda is definitely worthy as a Greek hero, as a great Greek hero, and there's a little bit of a nod there to like, I see other great Greek heroes here.
All right. Well, Adrastos is not the type of character that is going to come back and lie to these two. So he does say that like Thesla finds Akeda worthy. But she is not the only worthy among the heroes assembled here on the Peristero of Vrachoi. There may be others I can't adjust my tunic. I'm not wearing a tunic. I adjust my loincloth.
I'm not ready to settle down right now.
There may be others
I sigh
who,
very heavily.
if perhaps her Akeda is not available, there may be others who may satisfy.
I just really don't have the time to get married.
I'm dedicated to Artemis. I don't know how often I must say these things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I then must bear that burden for us.
They included you in that. Okay.
I know you might not think that one such as I could be so easily snared, but in this case, I may find my heartstrings are pulled. Even one such as I. Great-spirited Adrastos.
Great-spirited Adrastos.
I think I'm face-palming by this point.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's funny because he is great-spirited Adrastos, and yet Thesla, they defeated him in a challenge of spirit, right? Maybe Thesla is just all that in a bag of chips.
Apparently so.
I mean, that's a Greek saying. I'm pretty sure.
It's classic.
It's true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Well, what are we to do? Are we going to get these amphora painted? That seems excessive. And I don't think Akeda wants to give up 1,000 of her soldiers, unless maybe she does. I don't know. We haven't asked her.
If she could be convinced to do such a thing, it perhaps might save her pride in tomorrow's contest. She doesn't seem to be faring well against Thesla. Mighty Thesla. Farsighted.
Yeah, I think every time you, Hogne or Marika, look at the camp, Thesla is among their troops doing whatever, and it's just, they're just a bunch of heroes, right? Nothing. And whenever Adrastos looks over, like the moon catches them and like they have this like resplendent sheen, and they're always like standing in some like warrior pose, right? And then like it cuts back to you.
Randomly sakura petals in the background.
Yeah. And I don't even know that it's a trick of the eye. It's just the reality in which you inhabit.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah. So if you are all at an impasse and you don't know what to do, one of you can propose something, and you can have a challenge of oration to determine which way, or multiple people can propose, and you'll have a challenge of oration and go with that plan. You certainly can keep talking it out, but Greeks are not one to overly belabor possibilities.
Adrastos is out of the mix right now. He's had his moment. He's staring wistfully at Thesla and her power and beauty, and the two of you can decide what you will.
And we haven't really described Thesla much.
Go ahead.
But it's worth noting that they're dressed in black and gold, like the fittings of the Golden Galleon, and they have all across their armor the depictions, the embossed depictions of Boreas, Eurus, Zephyrus, and Notos, the four winds, all sort of blowing so they both form like this kind of wavy design across them, but also if caught in the right angle, you can make out the figures of the winds themselves. They are tall and domineering, and seem to have, as named, far-seeing eyes. They're very insightful into the hearts of others. Akeda is an Amazon. She is dressed in the scaled armor that matches her vessel as well. They're very color-coded. It's easy to tell who's who. And she is shorter with short cropped hair, and clearly worn sandals that look like they could tread quickly across any surface. Just throwing those things out there. Hogne, did you want to do anything before this interlude ended?
I wanted to propose that we level
Who to?
with.
Oh, wait. I said who to.
No,
It's in the air.
I'm sworn to Artemis. God damn it! I don't want to marry anybody.
You got the blessing of Hera. Come on now.
I do. But I think we should level with Akita about what. I mean, she's not winning.
No, she's definitely not winning. You figured this out.
She's not
She's
winning.
lost the war.
She needs to give in, marry this other person, and we could be about our business.
Yeah.
That is the Hogne plan.
Sure. Cool. So do you want to Yeah, I say do it. When do you want to approach
I'm out of it. If Marga doesn't have anything to say, then you're in charge.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
Is this going to be another are you going to propose this at the beginning of the challenge in the morning? Are you going to talk to them in the night during
I think
the
I will talk
celebrations?
to Akita at night. In the night.
Okay. All right. You don't want Artemis shining on you in your
Of course,
in your glory?
of course. That's how Amazons talk in Moonlight.
It's in Moonlight. Okay.
Obviously.
Okay. Excellent. You similarly did not. Well, you did. No, you won in the contest. So I think you're in the same position. If you really hurt her feelings, she's not going to say that, but she's also not going to necessarily receive you well. I think if you walk up to her, you can see her her expression turn sour when she sees you come.
I think Hogne is not a person with a lot of flowery words. She's very forthright. So I'm not bothered by that necessarily. I'm just kind of like, I understand that I wasn't charitable to you earlier today, but it's not my way. And I just kind of look at her like, deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, like she doesn't like it, but she says if only she looks at you and she like after a moment of kind of wincing, she smiles and says, she smiles at you and says, we have not had the opportunity to encounter each other on the field of battle. I can't. You do not know me any more than I know you. Your words were but a trifling. I've forgotten them already. And she laughs. Like it's fine. All things are forgiven. You don't really know who I am because we haven't fought yet. So how could you really insult me? Yeah, definitely yet. There's an overt yet there. There's not. It's not an implied yet. So yeah, she kind of shakes it off. Like if you had sullied her name after a battle, she would feel much worse about it. But
and I just kind of cut through her bluster and I say, I am clever-eyed not only for my aim, but for my ability to see people as they truly are. And what I've seen from you is, well, not inspiring to say the least. You are not faring well in this contest with Thesla. As the stories say, you have not fared well before.
Yeah.
I mean, I would roll ugly truth, but that's not in this game.
Yeah, right.
That should be a thing.
Smackdown. Okay, John, let's add in a fifth ability. Put it under sport.
Sick burn.
Yeah.
Sick burn.
What is ugly truth? Insight? Maybe it's insight.
Maybe it's insight.
I mean,
Yeah.
I do have pretty good insight. And
Yeah.
I say,
I can have her. She will respond, but is there you want her to be in a position to see you as having wisdom, and that she should heed your words. Yeah, you want this to have a.
Yeah,
you don't just want to say this. You want it to have a meaning to her.
Yeah, I want her to recognize that she doesn't have a lot of options. Really.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fair. I think you're going to try and get an advantage on her, and if you succeed, you'll gain the advantage, and if you fail, she'll gain an advantage on you.
Okay.
In that she has tricks up her sleeve. So yeah, go ahead and roll your insight, your name and insight. And I'll roll her name and her arete, and we'll see if another hero can.
Oh no, I've been rolling so poorly.
Oh, John, you didn't get any glory because you lost that roll. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm rolling 2d8.
Oh boy.
Is that right? Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay. Close.
I have a +2 on my insight, actually. So we're tied.
Oh.
Oh.
Forgot about that.
You forgot your +2. Well, then you win. 'cause
Yeah.
You're the aggressor.
Nice.
Yay!
And she
God bless.
she has divine favor, but she doesn't have a die to roll, and she'd have to spend a lot of it to get a big enough die to try and beat that. So yeah, you win, you get a victory, you gain 4 glory.
Dang. Nice.
For beating that. And you won with 1 victory, so you have a D6 advantage die on her.
Okay.
And she looks at you and says, "You would travel with me, and I could grant you the status of being the Amazon I know you wish to be." Which is like kind of deflecting for a moment. Like she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, how about we talk about something else?"
Yeah, I see her obfuscate, and I'm not.
Yeah,
impressed.
and you're not moved. And when you're like, "That's not the point," she finally says, "What Thesla demands is not only insulting, but I refuse to I refuse to heed the whims of one who refuses to face me in a in battle, thus we're here to settle the challenge. But as she says this, like she falters, and she's really trying to keep this bluster, and she really feels like, just give me the chance. But you have this advantage on her, and if you keep pressing, it's clear to you that she feels that Thesla has cheated her in every way possible, and wants just an honest contest between the two of them to determine the outcome. Now, that said, you're right now in a position where if you're like, just give up, you can go to battle with her and try and beat her down, and you'll carry that advantage die into this battle, and you can try and defeat her in a battle of oration, because you certainly have her on her heels. But short of some sort of battle, she is shaken but not willing to surrender.
Yeah, so the conflict for me is that Nadja, the person, doesn't want to browbeat this woman into marriage.
That's fair.
But Hogne, the character, might not care as much.
Yeah. And it seems to Hogne, since you succeeded in this thing, that what she's really, really angling for is to repeat the race that they had long ago that Thesla cheated at, so that they can determine the true victor. And I think you can get it out that if she could have that one opportunity to have a race, and if she's the daughter of Hermes and fleet-footed, Thesla is chosen by the four winds and swift. They're both excellent runners. She would accept that as a, but she hasn't been granted it. They keep on having all these other contests and not the one that she thinks is true. So that's an out. I don't know if that's one that Hogne would want to take, but I think that you
could the win be here also involve, like, could Hogne or would Akeda believe that Hogne would be like an impartial judge in that kind of thing? Like, if the race was run again, she could, the fact that this other group of heroes is here now to judge things, it, like, would that reassure her that?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's totally fair.
It might be a fair contest this time, because I don't know. I'm just throwing that into the mix, but
I think that's great. Yeah, because you certainly won, and so you definitely have her at the state where she is A, willing to be honest with you, and B, willing to level with you about what she needs. And for her, it's that she needs an honest victory or defeat either way. I think she's not going to just she's not just going to let it ride. So.
I think I would propose that the contest, the next day's contests are just this race, and the winner claims the loser's hand in marriage.
Clever.
That it's in my name.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Nice. Cool. I dig it. I think it's actually, we are at
yeah, we can take a break.
We are at break time. So let's have that contest one way or the other when we come back. So thank you all for hanging out with us. We're going to be back in a few minutes, and we'll find out if there's a battle for someone else's hand. I like it. I think it's good. See you all soon.